from your very purpose in life. And that is welcoming you to Open Forum with Citizen MKO on Memories 96.5 FM. Right here in the city of Uyo, the capital of Akwa Ibom State. And we are streaming live on Facebook. If you go to Open Forum with Citizen MKO, you'll find us there live right now. Or you go to Memories 965 FM, you also find us. And no better way to begin a Monday than with Open Forum, where we deal with very critical issues. We try to help you make sense of what you may think is news or confusion. Because with us, there is no confusion. We don't do propaganda. We help society to have access to the right information as much as possible. We are not infallible, but I can assure you that no one has been able to raise a finger to fault the kind of things that we do for humanity. My name is Citizen Matthew Kofi O'Connor. I am a productivity advocate and practitioner. I am a reformer, and I am just a citizen, but with extra online drive of patriotism. And one thing remains, that wherever this flag is flown, we take care of our own. Today, we are going to take care of our own, the same style that we've been doing, with various segments that will give you insight and prepare you for the conversation that will add value. Thank you so very much. I want to thank my very constant and very reliable oldest sailor, Aniefjok Nkeruwem. Thank you very much for being behind the console, being there for me and for humanity as we get this started. Today, all our segments, we are going to attempt all questions. And first of all, we want to start with our thought for food and food for thought for the week. And this very one is so dear to me because it came from somebody. We just share a platform together. I never took notice of him, but I read what he wrote and I chatted him up. I said, is that original from you or you got it from somewhere? Please, I need to give somebody credit because we are going to run with it. We're going to let the world hear it. And he told me, does it make any sense? I said, yes, it makes sense. He said, it's from me. And what is the man's name? Victor Owo Ndarake. I have not even bothered to ask where it comes from. It doesn't matter because humanity is our primary constituency. Humanity is our tribe. What did he say? That Open Forum has added to the list of most eminent quotes that should guide us as humanity. He said, every national problem was first a state problem. Every state problem was first a community problem. Every community problem was first a family problem. It's high time we right the wrongs in the smallest unit of any society. Victor Owo Ndarake. Let me take that again for emphasis. Every national problem was first a state problem. Every state problem was first a community problem. Every community problem was first a family problem. It's high time we right the wrongs in the smallest unit of any society. Victor Owo Ndarake. There's no time to expatiate on this very thought-provoking submission, very timely, because since we have experienced what I've termed as activities of cockles of darkness, and to the point that we've had to declare war on what we call Nigerian factor, you discover failure at very high levels. Certain persons you have regard for because of the office they occupy. But I tell you, the people, some of these people have no business wearing the titles they wear, bearing the whatever they bear. I mean, because they are even a danger to society. Instead of solving problems, people that should solve problems now become problems to themselves. But what is the joy? God has kept us alive to become freedom fighters and to let society know that there's limit to impunity. We want to try to solve whatever problem that we can at our levels. And those that have refused to solve problems they should solve, like I've said, it wouldn't be long those that are going to demarket Akwa Ibom State and Nigeria, they're going to do it, and there will be history, there will be documents to show that in our society, we have narcissists, where the oppressors want to play victim. And Open Forum knows how to starve narcissists. They cannot feed on their victims being turned to the oppressors. Then they play victim. Thank you. On our humanitarian interventions for today, we have a very peculiar case. A daughter of Akwa Ibom was beaten black and blue, and you need to see the video. I just hope the authorities will allow the video to run without interrupting it. And then you see pictures. Those of you on Facebook, you can go to our page on YouTube. Oh, no, it's not there on YouTube yet. You see the picture of our daughter, 118 18-year Jim. You will hear the story. The story of an Akwa Ibom born 18 Amos Jim, allegedly brutally assaulted by her FCT fire service boss. We are going to interview her in Abuja. She will be joining us from there so that we'll see how we can push for her to have justice. The hashtag will be justice for 18. And then we will have short take on the last exco of the Akwa Ibom State government that have proposed a supplementary budget of almost 700 billion. First in history. Supplementary budget, 700 billion. And they have declared a state of emergency in the health sector, immediate reopening of Arise Youth Employment Portal, and engagement of additional 2,000 healthcare workers, and a waiver of the mandatory voters identification number. We'll talk about that seriously. Because it was an advocacy that we took on, and we even called names by some sycophants and people who feel that praising government, no matter what they do, was the best way to show loyalty. But thank God the Zeta has done something. And then we also look at Governor Hope Uzodimma of Imo State, the position he has taken on the zero presence of all companies in the state, and where they pay, even the payee, the tax of workers too. You can't operate in my state and not pay taxes to my state. He did that wonderful, wonderful packaging, and it shows that the man that people had given names, we know how he emerged, and one thing led to another, but the rest is history. He's now fighting for his people. So we're going to look at that and also remind us of what has been Open Forum's advocacy over what goes on in the oil and gas sector in Akwa Ibom State. And the last, not the least at all, is the big one. It will be the 45th edition of our stock-taking agenda setting for an Akwa Ibom without oil. And we are looking at the Ibom Power Company and the September 2025 Arise Power Summit. We'll just give you briefly the story of Nigeria's pioneer state-owned independent power plant and the roadmap to Uhuru. And you want to find out what is Uhuru, please go to Google and find out how the electric sector in Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Moino wants to lead it to Uhuru. A little assignment for us there, for those that may not know what Uhuru is a Swahili word, which we have used repeatedly. Traditionally, we do a review of the advocacies of last week, because it's a town hall on radio, and being a town hall, we don't just come here to talk or play music or crack jokes. Whatever we do is highly educative, is consequential. If you ignore what goes on Open Forum, it means, well, let me not go too far. So, what did we do last week? Was the 8th of September 2025. We had talked on the Akwa Ibom State Medium-Term Expenditure Framework, and one of the key things that we had advocated has been that without a long-term plan, all the short-term forecasts that they do would never work. And we also said that the very key thing that must be done is to be able to have that long-term plan and then declare a state of emergency on sustainable development. We cannot operate on political slogans, on mantras, administration, 25, 30, 50-year master plan, which to be put up by crack team not something we gather from political stakeholders who have been recycled over time, and a number of them have absolutely nothing to offer than just the usual petty things. And because we have states that have such models and they are running with it, they are operating like a country. And we are running what we call Akwa Ibom Dream, which we launched last year. So for the Akwa Ibom Dream, you cannot run it without having a long-term master plan. And then, very importantly, even the MTEF, that of 2025-2027 did not elapse. The government came out with the 2026-2028, and we have asked to clarify because there was no indication that we have done away with the previous one. But that is just neither here nor there too much. What is important is that we must be able to put issues in perspective. And that MTEF, we could not spot that the 2-point-something billion that was given to Akwa Ibom State through the court judgment had gotten full refund. So we have requested the government to address that. The 13% derivation, areas of derivation that was paid, close to 1 trillion under the manual administration, we cannot track from receipt if how much has been returned. So we have advocated for that. And then, as a federating unit, it is very important that we strengthen institutions. There is the need, once again, for the Akwa Ibom Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission, because a number of persons who are in authorities who should address issues within their offices and complaints of people, a number of them are even the problem. So you don't have where to take cases to. And being that people bring cases to us, also being that I had been a victim of very obnoxious, organized kind of oppression, unfortunately, very soon a lot of things are going to be revealed, it's going to be heard. We must have where people can take problems to, since a number of people lack the capacity to solve problems, even using the offices that they have. They have even become a problem, and we can attest to that, even with documents. So we've appealed to the state government to do that. And then on the issue of the what do you call it now? The tax, 5% tax. We talked about that, where federal government want to do fuel tax. We have said that it is legalizing illegality because in 2003, Obasanjo was the one that introduced it, and our current president was the governor of Lagos State, and he called it an illegal tax and a sign of cowardice not to resist it. And he mobilized other governors, and they succeeded. Obasanjo abandoned it. But despite the taxation from every sector, every drop of fuel, 1 liter you buy, even if it's half liter, you have to pay 5% of that. And that is further going to impoverish the people, because the much money government is getting is not from production. It is from taxation, customs, and the rest. So that very proposed tax should be jettisoned, should be resisted. Otherwise, more poverty will be coming. And then we hosted the Joint Action Committee of the Joint Action Committee unions in the Victor Ota International Airport, who have been appealing to government to come to their aid because of poor condition of service. I want to apologize. Last week we had serious technical issues, which very soon is going to be addressed. Finally, we won't have such issues. Talking about power fluctuation, we lost quite a great deal of that interview, but thank God we have done a letter to His Excellency over that, just like the issue of Eastern Obolo and Ini, where communities have been displaced. So we have done letters which the government is going to have, and then we want to appeal that government should look into that, because if these people have not been trained since 2009, they are the least paid in the industry. A lot of things written out. We forwarded a copy of it to His Excellency. We want to, Your Excellency, please do something about that, so that we will not say, why did this happen? We were not informed, because now is the time. We want to appeal to His Excellency. He has been given to the Ministry of Reconciliation, and that is what we believe will happen. If he steps in, that will be the end of that very crisis. Having said that, we want to I think we need to talk with our guests in Abuja who will come back to other things, because it is very, very important that she be heard. Like I said, let me give her name again, because I'm going to use this very phone where I have her information to do the call. I want to get her name properly. Her name is Etini Amos Jim. She will tell our office and she will tell us what happened. And after now, we are going to reach out to authorities here that will be able to help her and to be able to contact our people also who are in Abuja to be able to stand up for that daughter and help her to get justice. I'm trying to put a call across to Etini. I'm sure she's standing by. Our technical person, if you are hearing me, please be here. No, we want to have it as a video call. We're trying to link up with Etini in Abuja. Okay, I think before I do that, Etini, please, I need to play the video of what happened. I need to play the video of what happened so that the world can see. Are we on air? Yes, that is the video that was posted on Friday. What was Friday? Today is 15th. Friday was 12th or 13th. And I talked with the gentleman that I called the number. Her number was actually put on the platform. The video was posted by one comrade, Uwem Otu Udofia, who happens to come from Etemepo, and Etini Amos Jim is also from Etemepo local government area. Actually, Uwem will have been here, I'm told. It's raining cat and hippopo at Etemepo, so he could not join us. I want to thank you, Uwem, for being patriotic, and we want to speak with Etini right now to hear from her directly. We are trying to get across to her live. Hello? Hello? Hello, Etini. We can't hear her. Is it running? Hello? Just a moment. Oh, God. Hello. Good morning. So sorry. I can see the way you look. Sorry for the state of your health now. You are live on radio, on Open Forum with Citizen MKO. And can you tell us briefly what happened? We have played the video that you were smart enough to do while you were bleeding. Tell us your name, where you work, first of all, where you come from, and then tell us what happened. I know you are not feeling fine, but just try and speak up a little bit because we have some technical issues here so that we can at least get your voicing.
Okay. So can you hear me?
Yeah, we can manage to hear you.
My name is Miss Amos Jim. I am from Ikpena in Etimekulu government, Akwa Ibom State. I work with FCT Fire Service,
Yes.
Warempa Fire Station. Asokoro is my headquarters. So on the 12th of September, that should be last week Friday, about after one thereabouts, I actually went for where I planted a plantain on the back of my mini quarters where I stay.
Yeah.
Even with the suspect, I cut the plantain I planted, which other staff as well have planted theirs, and they cut it when they choose and when they choose to, which I did my own. I cut. The man came and sent a message to me because I went with a colleague of mine, Mr. Tofilos, to help me harvest the plantain. That I should return the plantain I came and cut. That's Mr. Lungu.
What is his full name?
His full name is ACIF. That is an Assistant Chief Inspector of Fire.
Okay.
Abdullahi.
Abdullahi.
Abdullah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you work in the same office, the same fire station?
No, we are not in the same fire station. It's only a residential fireman in where my station is. That's Gwarimpa Fire Station.
Okay. But you share the same residence, the same quarters.
Yes, the same quarters. That's what I'm saying.
Now the plantain, you are the one that planted. Who lived there first? Is it the one that lived there first, or you were the first person that lived there and planted the plantain? Who actually planted those plantains?
So nobody lives in that place as of the time I planted the plantain. It's just like it's an open land for all the staff. Wherever you feel to go and cultivate, you cultivate.
Okay.
So I actually planted mine there before he was moved to that place. Even the first time when I cut the plantain that this matter arise, everybody in the station, I just want to cut everything.
Yeah.
Everybody in the station let him know that it's me that actually planted the plantain at that back when I cut the first time that he brought up issues.
Okay.
So he now said that anytime I want to cut my plantain, I should come and cut it. To some extent, I didn't go to that place again because it was a kind of issue tracking that before I would go, he must have harvested the plantain. So I stopped going the travelers.
No, let me ask this: was he harvesting the plantain as well, even after being told that you are the one that planted it? He did.
Yes.
It's okay. So on this very occasion, tell us exactly what happened so that we can hear the appeal you want to make.
Okay, sir. What happened on Friday was that after a video, according to him, was covered by only God knows was to have sent to him.
Okay.
That I harvested the plantain on the Friday, around after 12 or thereabouts. So he now came and sent a message that I should return the plantain that I got. So I now said, why is this man looking for a job? Is it this plantain? It's my plantain I got beside him. He does not have any plantain in that place. So after a while, he went out for prayers. He came back. When he came back, he saw me outside. I was coming down from downstairs because my apartment is upstairs. I was coming down from there and I said I should come and watch a video. I said, okay. I went. I was just watching the video through his phone. The next thing, I now said, hey, Oga is my plantain now. I came to court. So I knew was that the man was grabbing me the whole of this. My neck is paining me.
He wanted to strangle you. Was he strangling you? Hello? Hello?
I was struggling. I was shouting because it was nobody in office. Everybody went out. I said, "What to kill me? What have I
Please, just try and raise your voice a little bit. I know you are in pains. Just try and raise your voice a little bit. It will help us to hear you well, please.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can manage to hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, he was strangling my neck. I was struggling with my own little power. I was struggling because actually this other hand I had issue with it one time, so I could not hold him with that hand. So I was just struggling. I was struggling myself. I said, oh God, no. I was shouting, oh God, no, leave my neck now. What have I done to you? Sir, I don't know when I felt. Like, I don't know when I felt because I only saw myself that I fainted. I still I was on the floor. I started seeing people's leg. People's leg were plenty in my front. That's when I started gaining little consciousness. The next thing I had one man that was repairing his car, a bit far from where I was with him. Said, hitting me sit down, hitting me sit down, hitting me sit down. And I'm like, the next thing I started seeing blood gushing out from my nose.
Okay, now we have seen the video. Leave those details. Have you been to the hospital? Have you been to the police? Have you lodged a formal complaint?
Yes, I did. I actually went to Baripa police station. I lodged a complaint. What the police gave me was that this is a uniform organization. How can this kind of matter come in an organization of a uniform personnel that we should go and treat it in-house first? So because I was bleeding and I was very weak, so I was asked to be taken to the hospital. So when my aunt came, my aunt said no, that FCD have to see it. Probably at which she will be lucky to meet Wike, that he should see it.
Yes.
So we went to FCDA. Unfortunate, we didn't meet Wike, but we met the Pamsek Ajayis by name.
Okay.
So the man was so terrified when he saw me and the whole scenario, the blood and everything. So the man does.
Hello? Hello? We are having slight network. We're going to rejoin her so that we can conclude this. So let's okay, I think we are back. Yes. Try and round up so that we can. Yeah?
Yes, sir. He now called my head, that is Mr. Debayo Zakios, the head of the controller FCT Fire Service. He now called him. When he called him, the man said, that he saw the issue on the platform. Because even when I was bleeding, I was so conscious. God helps me. I was so conscious to picked up my phone that sent someone they should bring my phone so I can cover myself and send it to the platform.
You are very smart.
And he just saw the picture. Yeah, he just saw the pictures on the platform that is even trying to get in touch with us. It's just that me, I can't really speak. That how have they come to FCDA? The man said yes. That means you cannot control your house. How can this kind of... The man was so mad when he saw me.
Have they spoken with him? Has the Superior spoken with him? The Nuhu Abdullah?
I'm sure yes, because he later came to the hospital where I was admitted. He came to the hospital there and be like, I should forgive him. He was a devil. So I didn't answer because I was just imagining, what if I die?
Absolutely.
Because at that point that I was taking, what if I die? Would I have been in the grave? He would come and be telling me I should forgive him. So I didn't answer him, sir. So all I want is just justice to be done and for me to be fine. Because since I was discharged from the hospital, my teeth and this upper side of my nose,
yes,
really in pain.
I can see the way you look.
So,
yeah, for those who are going to watch this broadcast later, we are going to share the picture of Etini when she was herself. And the video is already there. We're going to put up the video. We're going to put up our pictures as it is. And because as at the weekend that we spoke, there was no effort to do anything about that very attack. And thank God there were people there, witnesses, and he has not in any way denied that he try to maybe possibly snuff life out of a staff of the FCT Fire Service. There are things we cannot say on air. I'm going to talk with you, and we will try to link up with the right authorities that can help follow up on this, so that he would not, or any other person would not, under the guise of this very terrible action, do you harm. You are legally employed to serve the country, and you did not do anything wrong, but somebody said the devil took him over, and you were the prime target. God forbid. So thank you so very much. We are going to get back to you. You continue to watch the program. We will open our phone lines once we finish with other matters, and whatever contact we make with authorities here, particularly those who should be able to speak up for the voiceless and for our sons and our daughters wherever they are, we want to pray they will respond. One challenge that we have is that people hardly respond to appeals, humanitarian cases. The case of Etimburg, a 4-year-old that could not be discharged from the hospital, the parents have even stopped reaching out to me because all the efforts I've made with authorities, official letters written severally, pictures attached, none of them has responded. We can't run a society like that. We cannot, and we shall not. And the voiceless will never lack a voice. That is why Open Forum is here. So thank you so very much, Etini. We'll talk after this program. Keep watching. Minute after, I'm going to talk with you. And once we send out the letter, we shall let you know where we have sent out letters to, in case you are called, because we need to add your phone number. Are you okay? Thank you so very much. Please stay strong. Stay strong. Yes. It's a pity that we could have such a terrible, terrible incident because of plantain. Plantain that somebody did not plant. Another person planted it. Even if you feel you are the superior and you have immunity, that is impunity. Nobody does that in a society where they are defenders of human rights. And we are here. We don't have resources to fund our activities. We don't even have resources to even fund this program. And that reminds me, one of our fans called me from far away and told me, oh, congratulations. I'm told that somebody, your program is being sponsored. And I said, who? He mentioned the person that said it. And I said to the person, it's a pity that that fellow has chosen to be who he is. But you should tell the person to name who is funding Open Forum on Radio. We don't have sponsors. We fund it from family. The guests we bring, we don't charge them. Anybody that has given us whatever stipend is not even enough for what to say, oh, can you pay for 2 or 3 editions? And if somebody can be so callous, somebody can be so wicked and inhuman to tell people that Open Forum is being sponsored and I'm doing nothing, I challenge that person to document what he has been doing, put in a document, and let us see the value it has added to society, because by the grace of God, we shall document what we do. And it's very important to us. It was to be done on my 60th birthday in August. We could not meet up because of some developments, which we are on top of the situation. And very soon, the world will get to know that the society is not what we actually some people have exaggerated to be. Yes, we are a peaceful state. Yes, there's unity. But political unity is not the same as true unity. Political peace is not the same as the peace among the people. After all, is it not in this state that we have 10 villages, nobody's living in there, and people don't talk about it? Who handle all these things? So for you, for your hate, you could tell somebody, who maybe could have told somebody, please, Open Forum is struggling with this program to support, say, either sponsor program or more. I will address you later properly. So, I want to say that the picture I've seen of Etini, the video we've just done now, we spoke through video, You need to see her lips. You need to see the video when she was in the pool of her blood. It's terrible. Whatever we are going to do, let us pray that those with a touch of humanity would respond. Please, technical person, can you join us once again? There is something that we need to also do because Hope Uzodimma made a statement which is very profound, which is what it's supposed to be, having to do with, they are all companies working in your state. They are paid taxes to elsewhere. And remember that in November and December, I hosted Barrister James Essien, and by the time we finished 3 editions, we resolved that there's nothing in Akwa Ibom that shows that we are an oil-producing state. Our IGR is just like any other state that doesn't have anything. Yes, it's that bad. Because the staff of these oil companies, they pay their taxes to other states. Even the oil companies, you can hardly even see they don't have their presence. So what should we do? What we should do is to be able to say how many oil companies are operating in Akwa Ibom. Then we need to have taxes. We need to see that our children, our daughters, our sons and daughters are working there, not in PA to PA, and then waiting for government these because we are so one support on the other. But thank God, His Excellency, after our program and our appeal, signed the executive order too. He set up the labor and industrial committee. But what that committee is doing, it's not in public, and the result is not yet seen. Let us listen to His Excellency. Please, turn down. Mm-hmm.
And I said, no, it must change. I had a meeting with all the oil producing companies, and I said, you must have your address here, including those that are partly owned by Imo State government with no business outfit anywhere in the state, operating from Lagos. I said, no.
That is His Excellency Senator Hope Uzodimma, Governor of Imo State. He said, enough is enough. You're operating in Imo State, and you pay your taxes elsewhere. Akwa Ibom State was the first to do that in recent times, and that was after our advocacy, thanks to Barrister James Essien, who gave insight and the knowledge that we also in Open Forum have been researching, but we have not seen the outcome yet. Our further appeal is that His Excellency should make a statement as the father of the state, and to have a meeting with the key leaders or heads of the oil companies operating in the state. We must know the number of staff that they have. We must know where they come from. We must know where they pay their taxes to. We cannot pretend as if we do not know that we are in a federation. Certain things that are done because of this unitary system, thank God for Obongota, who laid the foundation for the modern Akwa Ibom. I don't know where we will have been. It's time to speak up. Where there's need to fight, you need to fight. You're not fighting as a terrorist, you are fighting for justice. So please, we want to request His Excellency that this issue of oil companies, oil and gas companies, look at our IGR. River State gets about 28 to or more trillion or billion every month. From 12 billion monthly under Wiki, Fubara took it to 28 within the first few weeks. Why? Because there are certain things that are going on, which you want to correct, you correct. If you don't want to correct, you want to continue with business as usual, you see it, and people actually know it. And someday, it will come to the fore. Nothing stops Akwa Ibom State from making between 20 to 25 billion monthly. Not from overtaxing people, but from the normal revenue that should come naturally. I commend His Excellency Hope Uzodimma. First time that I don't know people are praising him. Yes. But when somebody does something that is good, you praise the person. If it's bad, you just bring the alternative. We don't vilify anybody. We don't attack anybody. We come with something to the table. And then a quick one having to do with Akwa Ibom State, the proposed supplementary budget. I think I need to have the excerpt of the EXCO meeting of Friday, September 12th, where far-reaching decisions were taken. One of them is the unprecedented supplementary budget of 695 billion naira, and that will add up to the earlier 955 billion naira budget of 2025 to bring it to about 1.65 trillion. 1.65 trillion. It sounds like fairy tale, but it is real. And some people are actually afraid. We're going to borrow money. Where will we get that kind of money? Mr. President himself has been saying it. I've given your governors enough money. Go to them. Our governor has been so honest. He says he has enough money. Not just that, he has not borrowed. There was an administration in the state that borrowed money even when there was money. But Omoino has not borrowed a dime. The only 1.2 billion that shows that he borrowed or was borrowed not as tenure is said to have been borrowed by the last administration, but now put into the third quarter budget analysis, which is wrong. If Pastor Omoino did not collect loan, why bring a loan of first or second quarter into the third quarter after he had taken over in May? So we commend Pastor Omoino for not taking loans and for being honest. But we are afraid that not because there's so much money, we should want to expend everything. Because this money, like we have said in our MTEF paper to the government, is like mystery money or magic money, like former Governor Emmanuel said he had magic money. Understand? So the fear is that if all these taxes that the federal government has been making money from and even exceeding its target, if there's a shortfall someday, Akwa Ibom is one of the poorest states. Talking about IGR, it cannot sustain the office of the governor alone. So all those stakeholders, supporters, relying on grants, permanent grants and all that, we will be unable to even sustain the governor's office. But one of the greatest things that has given me joy is the fact that the governor has finally given a thought to our consistent appeal that it is bad to over-politicize employment by demanding a voter identification number. So even if you are registered where you were before, it is not enough. You must be registered in Akwa Ibom State. That was very poorly thought out, and it has nothing to represent Pastor Omoino's Arise agenda. Some people who feel that supporting government in everything is their responsibility attacked me on social media that if you don't want people to be part of politics, let them not benefit from anything. How about the contractors that come from everywhere and do their jobs in billions? Are they voters? Thank God, governor has done it. My appeal is that portal which the governor said should open again, as that about an hour ago, that portal has not been amended to reflect that people can register without having their voter identification number. 2 attempts were made this morning. The person could not. So I want to plead the authorities handling that portal to effect the governor's directive, and then for actually that recruitment process for the 3,000 workers and even this additional 2,000 head workers should be done without recourse to mandatory VIN. That is justice, and that is how a leader does his thing. I remember when I think Shagari was overthrown and Yila Collington released an album, Sherebe. He said, Buhari o Sherebe, Be Lomo Kurin Sheu Sherebe, praising Buhari for having overthrown Shagari. That's how a man does things. This is how a leader does things. A leader must be responsive. If you are not responsive, you are not a leader, and you don't have any business being where decisions should be taken about people. Thank you, Your Excellency Pastor Dr. Omo Basieno, for setting aside VIN. There are other measures to know. where our sons and daughters hail from. And more so, if Akwa Ibom is to be the first state in Nigeria, maybe in the world, to demand for VIN before you do anything, you should cut across every sector. And a timeline should be given that from 2027, you cannot be 18 and not have voter education number and then benefit from anything. It has to be worked out. Otherwise, please let it be suspended as it is for good. Now, there is a declaration of state of emergency in the power sector, the health sector, and sometime we'll have time to talk about that. But like we have said, it's not enough to declare state of emergency when there is no outright plan. There must be a plan. From the plan, the state of emergency is pronounced. Once that is done, everybody will know that yes, there is a plan that you are running. And two, looking at the fact that we are about to have the Power Summit. That Power Summit, I had thought I will have time to look at it. I have here the concept note of the Akwa Ibom Electricity Summit 2025. It is actually going to be the first Akwa Ibom Electricity Summit, first in history. It is good enough. But talking about the power sector, Open Forum has done a lot. We were at the public hearing for a law, for electricity law in the state, and we made very far-reaching advocacies. I want to promise I'm going to take this again, at least possibly after the summit, which is 18th and 19th, because we will give you a rundown. When did Ibom Power start? How did it start? What was the original intention for Ibom Power? Who have been at the head of those of Ibom Power from 2021? It was a European. I have the list here with me. What did Abongata face before he could have that sector? And who was against him? And who commissioned it? A lot. We would take this next week. But I must say that there has been so much mess going on in the power sector. And we had appealed to His Excellency to address some of those things before even the summit. We've not heard a report of such things. The immediate past MD and CEO, Engineer Mayene Togodo, made revelations at the House of Assembly about $80 million that were given by the federal government to Ibom Power, that money disappeared till the day he spoke. About debt owed, a lot of things. If those things are not corrected, and the entire system, the same people are still there, apart from Mayene Togodo that was eased out, and I will read out what the governor said about him, and I will give you a rundown of some of the things that he said, which have not been addressed. And are you aware that a company that is a contractor was given the job of auditing Ibom Power? Was that audit done? What did the staff say? Have those things been addressed? A lot is going on there. Bongota's vision will not be destroyed. But I thank His Excellency that this Power Summit will take us further from where we are. But you cannot put a new wine in an old wineskin and not have issues. Let us also open the phone line briefly, as much as possible. 0803 085 7755, or you call 0809 066 6909. And when you call, please speak to any of the issues that we have raised. That will help us to know that you are with us and you have something to offer. So, like I've said, majorly about Ibom Power, after the summit, by next week, hopefully by the grace of God, we'll be here, we will be back here. We shall take on some very critical things. Some of the things that people involved would never want to talk about, because some of them are directly involved, and there's no excuse. We must have somebody that tells truth to power to help the leader. Otherwise, psychophancy and blackmail has been raised to, in fact, they declare a state of emergency to be sure that if you can, the more psychophantic you are, the better your chances of being part of what they call system. Society can never operate like that. And then, while waiting for the callers, we've opened the phone lines 0803 085 7755 or 0809 066 6909. If you want to support Open Forum, to do what we are doing, the number to call is 0802 757 7497. Yeah, we have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Yes, good morning, sir. My name is John calling from New York.
Your name is who?
My name is John calling from New York.
Okay, John, you go ahead.
Okay, sir. So I want to applaud the government for declaring a state of emergency in the health sector. So I also want to suggest that it should also declare a state of emergency in the power sector, because currently this review axis we've been suffering from power outage, and we've not had consistent light. We know it's vision and mandate for machine.
Yes. Thank you very much. Let me just answer you straight. You want the governor to declare state of emergency on the power sector. If I had done a full breakdown, you will have heard. The governor, I think on December 12th or December 2024, declared a state of emergency on the power sector. The governor pronounced it. It is one of the reasons why I've said that things must be in place before the pronouncement is made. Otherwise, it will just be a mere statement. The government of Akwa Ibom State under Pastor Dr. Mo Basieno declared a state of emergency in the power sector since December 2024. You can take that to the bank. Thank you so very much.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can we take just one more call and then we call it a day? I have promised you that I have a brief, concise history of Ibom power plants and the power sector. And I must not forget this. It's not just about electricity. In 2015, I was a leader of a team that brought an investor to come and do. We have a caller. Hello?
Hello, morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from? Hello?
Yes, citizen. Good morning, citizen.
Yeah, go ahead. You have 30 seconds, please.
Okay, my name is Ian. I'm calling from you. Actually, I want to talk about the $80 million that I just heard from you.
Yes.
Please, whoever is in position of that money should bring it so that we can have Ibom power plant phase 2 now. I am sure that $80 million can construct a new one.
You've nailed it.
What?
You have. Thank you
Yes,
very
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, Ian, thank you very much. That's why I just had to drop some of this nugget because it was said in the House of Assembly.
Yes, we need to hear more. Dig and bring out more, sir.
No, you have more. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you. Yes,
sir.
I was saying that in 2015, I led a team that brought in an investor to do solar power generation. I will give you the story on Monday by the grace of God. You will be shocked at how terrible society can be because of people who don't possess what had taken them to whatever level that they are. That is the size of today's program. My name is Citizen Matthew Kofi O'Connor. I am a productivity advocate and practitioner. I am a reformer. I am the president and founder of Open Forum. And Open Forum is an NGO. And I am just a citizen, with honorary citizen, but with extraordinary type of patriotism. And like I always say, that you should bloom wherever you are planted because I bloom wherever I'm planted. See you next week.
Oh.